what's happened in your life in London where that's brought you to this point of thinking it's now time for a change, time for the next part of my life?
Yeah, so exactly as I said, like a few milestones that I kind of reached or ticked. The need of a family. And
Mm,
again, I thought maybe it's going to be easier elsewhere. And yeah, so
yeah,
I don't know. I felt it was the right time to expand, explore something new. And it's been more than 10 years in London, which I
yeah,
love and
yeah,
still love. But it's more a question of, okay, what about the next 10? And maybe I'll still be in London and maybe I'm missing something. So I just thought
yeah.
I needed to, yeah, get out of my comfort zone.
Interesting. We've had a lot of guests on the podcast who they had been living elsewhere, um, and usually I think usually people kind of focus on one or the other. They'll either focus on, okay, a place has changed, and so that's why I'm moving, or I've changed, and
Mm,
that's why I'm moving. It sounds like maybe it is a bit of both. That as
clearly.
you evolve, I mean, I don't want to say grow up because that's not the right word, but you kind of your priorities are different. Did you feel that as well, that there was kind of a priority shift for you and the place wasn't moving with that priority shift? Was there any of that kind of experience with you in London?
Probably just because you know what you know, and I
Yeah,
was a trader for 10 years. I only knew like people were employees, like working hard, long hours. I didn't know there was another world that could exist, kind of. So I'm not saying that it does not exist in London, but I was not knowing the right people. That's
mm,
why I probably thought it was easier to launch something new, to create something new elsewhere where you're less biased, kind of.
yeah, yeah. So what, coming to Portugal in 2019, what were some of the questions that you were asking yourself about Portugal? As is this a place I can live? What were some of those things that you were looking at in Portugal? We thought, okay, is this going to work for me?
That's a good question. I think I'm
Because
pretty easy.
you're a trader, and you work finance, so you must have had a spreadsheet, I'm sure, tucked away somewhere,
I
and
hear
a
you for sure.
checklist. Okay.
Yeah. So that was probably after the trip. So just the trip, it was more,
No,
okay,
yeah,
like what about the atmosphere? What about the lifestyle? Is it easy or like do I see people be like me or all of these kind of
yeah.
things? Yeah, and I've lived, so I'm French. I lived in London. I also did like a semester in Mexico.
Oh wow.
So I'm not saying I'm used to moving,
Yes.
but still I'm pretty open and so on. So it was pretty easy. Yeah, I would be good in Portugal.
Yeah, I think Portugal before, let's say, maybe more than 10 years ago, when people were thinking, okay, I'm going to move to Portugal, they're probably thinking, I'm going to do this when I retire. It's a
Hmm.
great place to just relax, eat some pastéis nata, play golf, go to the beach, and that's how I'm going to spend the rest of my days. And we're seeing Portugal change now as a destination for people that are in the middle of their lives, in the middle of
Hmm.
careers, or like yourself, wanting to start something new. And that's super interesting for this little country, and so many people all over the world going, actually, I want to still do something. I'm not just going to go and sit on my backside.
Hmm. No, clearly. And when I say I wanted to create something new, I had absolutely no clue before arriving in Portugal.
Okay,
Just
so
because,
you came
again,
with you
when
came
you
without a plan.
without a plan, of course, I have
Hmm.
a financial background, so financially wise, I was pretty
Yes,
fine.
you were fine.
But yeah, in terms of business ID, absolutely no. I think it's super hard when you have like a big and intense job to make space for something else, to have ideas, to yeah, to take a bit of a breath. So when I arrived here, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But of course, I'm pretty driven. I go fast. So in a few months, actually, I realized that financial well-being, and that's why I wanted to empower people financially.